the Bridgeview Little League fields, the Ottumwa Little League fields. Jason Van Arkel with you this afternoon here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, and we are also live streaming today's events on AttumwaRadio.com, live video stream. You can watch the action. It is opening day 2019 for Ottumwa Little League. This will be our second game of the day, and it features the two AAA squads, the Riverdogs and the Lugnuts. And as we were told, these squads are basically the overflow. There's only so many spots available for the majors division. These are the kids that tried out, were not able to make a majors roster, but still able to play. They're at the AAA level, and they'll definitely be trying out again next year. You'll see them on a majors roster quite possibly next year. But for today, they are on the AAA rosters for this season. They're on the AAA rosters, and they'll get their moment in the sun here this afternoon. Again, we had to delay opening day for Ottumwa Little League 1 week, or not 1 week, 1 day, because of the weather yesterday. But it's a little cool today, but it's a decent day for a ball game, certainly, and we're getting things ready to go right here. The Lugnuts are already warming up in the field. It won't be too long before first pitch. Tell you what, let's take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll return with lineups and the first pitch of Game 2 of the day on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide-open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also, check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
Ottumwa Little League opening day on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network, on the air on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, and video streaming online at AttumwaRadio.com. Our coverage today brought to you by Alliant Energy. Hometown Rewards is a partnership between Alliant Energy and the City of Ottumwa. If Ottumwa reduces its energy use by 4%, Alliant Energy will help fund an energy-efficient project for the community. You can get involved and help Ottumwa reach its goal. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/Ottumwa to learn more and find energy savings ideas to get started. We're ready to go. The AAA game, the Riverdogs and the Lugnuts. Leading off is Corbin Burgess. And the first pitch of the ball game is pop foul, back and out of play for strike one. Our first pitch coming at 3:59 here in the afternoon. It came out of the hand of Lugnut starter Hayden Big Country Palmer. The right-hander getting the nod on opening day for the Lugnuts. Corbin Burgess, a right-handed batter, uses one batting glove on the top hand, leans in. Palmer has his sign in the 0-1. A liner into left field, and that drops for a base hit, deflects off the glove of the left fielder, but it'll just be a single to lead off the game for Burgess. Out in left field for the Lugnuts is Zach Fireball Menon. A lot of these kids with some interesting nicknames. So one on, nobody out for the Riverdogs, and that'll bring up Carter Ehrenhard, the center fielder. Another right-handed batter for the Riverdogs. Riverdogs have navy jerseys, gold lettering, script Riverdogs across the front. White number on the front, white lettering on the back. Palmer will wind, and the first pitch to Ehrenhard is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. We'll set the Lugnut defense as we get our chance here in the top of the first inning. Palmer into the wind in the 0-1. That's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. We told you Zach Bennett is in left field. The center fielder for the Lugnuts today is 00 Mason Schmidtke. We're ready for the 0-2 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that's out number one. The ball did get away from the catcher, but the batter is out, but down to second on that ball in the dirt goes Burgess. But one down now, and that'll bring up Slater Stevens. They call him Tater. Number 3 hitter in the Riverdogs order. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Looked like an off-speed pitch there from Palmer. 0-1 the count. Palmer doing a good job in the early going of pitching around the plate. In fact, he hasn't thrown a ball yet. And as soon as I said that, that pitch was inside, 1-1. The announcer's jinx lives in Little League Baseball, folks. Good to have you with us for this Ottumwa Little League opening day. Runner at second, one down for the Riverdogs here in our AAA game, and that pitch outside, but a swing and a miss. And the count 1-2 on Slater Stevens. Trying to set this defense of the Lugnuts for you. Their right fielder is Jackson Hucks. So it's Bennett, Schmidtke, and Hucks in the outfield. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts for Palmer. 2 down in the first for the Riverdogs, and that'll bring up Tyler T.J. Howard. Howard, another right-handed batter. Bright, shiny silver batting helmet. No batting gloves on his hands. Runner at second, 2 down for the Riverdogs. The pitch from Palmer. In the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. Headed down to third. And making it standing up is Burgess. He's now 60 feet away from the first run of the game potentially. Ball 1 to Howard. I try to set the rest of this Lugnuts defense. Oliver Bell is at third. Randy Rootgarber is at short. Jake Rysdom is at second. Austin Kelly is at first. And the catcher today for the Lugnuts is Nick Swope. One ball, no strikes. The next offering. Swing and a miss. Good pitch on the outside corner from Palmer. Count evens at 1-1. Burgess led this inning off with a single to left. He's gone to second and then to third on a couple of pitches in the dirt. Palmer did strike out the next 2 batters. Now the 1-1 is in the dirt to Haywood, gets away. Coming down to the plate, could be a play at the plate. The flip, the tag, safe! And the Riverdogs take a 1-0 lead. Pitch went to the backstop. Not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop here at the Ottumwa Little League primary field. But it is 1-0 Riverdogs. Swope, a good job to get to that ball, flipped it to Palmer covering the plate, but sliding in under the tag was Burgess. Nobody on, a run home, and now the count 2-1 to T.J. Howard. Palmer winds again and delivers. Upstairs, 3-1. Corbin Morrison, the opposing pitcher, on deck. 3 balls and a strike. Palmer peers over the glove. Gets his sign, the slow windup, the pitch. On the inside corner, strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on, a run home in the top of the first for the Riverdogs. Palmer's payoff pitch is in there for strike 3, and the inning is over. Palmer strikes out the side, but he gives up a run on a hit, and after half an inning, the Riverdogs won. The Lugnuts coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Make connections, make a difference. When you join the Ottumwa Family YMCA, you'll find a place to do what you love while finding togetherness. Be a part of the Ottumwa Family YMCA today and discover programs and activities for any age that do more than promote better health. They strengthen the bonds of community. By joining the Y, you join our cause to make the community stronger. For more than a workout, for a better you. Join the Ottumwa Family YMCA.
We move to the bottom of the first inning. Ottumwa Little League Baseball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and live video streaming online at ottumwaradio.com. Brought to you today by JBS, making your world stronger. Our AAA game of the day has the Riverdogs leading the Lugnuts 1-0 after half an inning, and now Corbin Morrison, the right-hander on the mound for the Riverdogs, will throw his first pitches of the game. And the Lugnuts have this batting order. Oliver Bell at third, Randy Rootgarber at short, Nick Swope the catcher, Hayden Palmer the pitcher, Austin Kelly at first, Jake Rysdom at second, Zach Bennett in left, Mason Schmidtke in center, Jackson Hucks in right, and I believe they're using an extra hitter today. They list Noah Albrecht. The defense for the Riverdogs has Harper Gottschalk in left, Carter Ehrenhardt in center, Carter Bankson in right, Braden Messmaker is at third, Corbin Burgess at short, Slater Stevens at second, Sully Person at first, and the catcher is TJ Howard. A few more warm-up pitches yet to come here for Morrison before Oliver Bell will lead it off. And our coverage today also brought to you by Alliant Energy. Hometown Rewards, a partnership between Alliant Energy and the city of Ottumwa. If Ottumwa reduces its energy use by 4%, Alliant Energy will help fund an energy-efficient project for the community. You can get involved and help Ottumwa reach its goal. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/Ottumwa to learn more and to find energy savings ideas to get started. Game 1 today was the first of the 2 games at the majors level. You heard it right here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network, or you saw it on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network if you're watching live on the video stream. The Cubs beat the Cardinals 2-0 in that game. If you're headed on out for the Little League action today, and it's not just, the main field here, they've got action going on all the diamonds, big opening day for all levels of Ottumwa Little League. JBS is grilling pork chops here today, and a pork chop is $2, and they've cut the price of the pork chop meal down to $4, so that's an awfully good deal for a tasty pork chop dinner here at Ottumwa Little League. Still awaiting the bottom of the first to get underway here. Jason Van Arkel with you. I want to thank Frank Parsons for filling in on the play-by-play for Game 1. Corey Finch is our on-site video producer today. And we have Olivia back at the studio running the radio broadcast. So we've got the full team going this afternoon. We've got the Riverdogs and the Lugnuts here, and then still to follow one more game at the majors level between the Mets and the Royals. But we're ready to get the bottom of the first underway, and leading it off for the Lugnuts is the third baseman, Oliver Bell. Left-handed batter, green, white, and black batting gloves on his hands. Kind of a camouflage batting helmet. The first pitch from Corbin Morrison is a called strike, 0-1. Haglund Field, I believe, is the name of the field here, and they've done a great job getting it ready for opening day as this pitch swung on and missed, strike 2. Now, we were here a little over a week ago trying to, test our equipment, get ready for this broadcast today. There have been some improvements even since then. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is out number 1. Morrison strikes out the leadoff hitter, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Randy Ruckgarber. They call him Candyman, right-handed batter. Blue and white batting gloves. Bright green bat. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. They've replaced the outfield fence here at Haglund Field. It was, the old fence was still standing when we were here a couple of weeks ago. Pitches outside, 1-1 to Ruckgarber. They've erected a brand new fence, got it painted a beautiful shade of red. I'd call that a Ottumwa Bulldog red. Similar to the Ottumwa Bulldog hat on my head here. Field looks great, and a good job getting the field ready after yesterday's rain as well. That's what postponed us. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt by Ruckgarber, the count 1-2. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning. Lugnuts batting for the first time. Riverdogs have an early 1-0 lead. The 0-2, or the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbin Morrison. There's 2 down, and the batter is the catcher, Nick Hollywood Swope. Those Lugnuts jerseys are gray. It says Lugnuts in red on the front. First pitch low and away, ball 1. They're modeled after the minor league baseball team, the Lansing Lugnuts in Michigan. I'm trying to remember who Lansing is an affiliate of now. They used to be a Cubs affiliate for a while. Swing and a miss by Swope, 1-1. He's got the Lugnut logo on that dark gray batting helmet. No batting gloves. Stands in that right-handed batter's box, chokes up just a little bit. Swing and a miss. Late on a fastball. Swope behind in the count, 1-2. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning. Swope trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Lugnuts. The pitch called, strike 3 in the inside corner, and Morrison strikes out the side on only 11 pitches. We go to the second inning. Riverdogs 1, Lugnuts 0 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
The action moves to the top of the second inning. Ottumwa Little League Baseball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and video streaming online at ottumwaradio.com. The AAA game today with the Riverdogs and the Lugnuts, and after an inning, the Riverdogs lead it 1-0. Our coverage today being supplemented by a few helpful sponsors, including Southern Iowa Open MRI inside the Ottumwa Medical Clinic on Pennsylvania Avenue in Ottumwa. Don't forget to like them on Facebook. 1 run on 1 hit in the first inning for the Riverdogs. Run came home eventually on a wild pitch. Both pitchers struck out the side in the opening inning. Hayden Palmer did it on 14 pitches for the Lugnuts in the top of the first. Corbin Morrison in the bottom of the first did it on 11 pitches for the Riverdogs. Needed an extra moment here as the last batter of the bottom of the first inning was the catcher, Nick Swope. Young man they call Hollywood. He's got the gear back on. The old nickname for catcher's gear was the Tools of Ignorance, which is about as bad of a misnomer, a badly attributed nickname as I think I've ever heard, mainly because usually the catcher has to be the most intelligent player on the field. You know, the catcher is got to be in communication with the pitcher as to what pitch is being thrown, and that's true whether the catcher is calling the pitch himself or getting the pitch call from the dugout. It's often the catcher's job in baseball to make sure the defense is positioned correctly. Basically, the catchers are tasked with knowing everything that's going on the diamond, in part because they're the only player that can see everything. And behind the plate, they're looking out into the field, they can see everything that's going on. So if you ever hear catcher's gear called the Tools of Ignorance, that's not true. Catchers are usually the most intelligent guys on the field, and that's why you see so many former Major League catchers become successful Major League managers. Joe Girardi won a World Series with the Yankees. Mike Scioscia was the manager forever with the Angels. He won a World Series. They were catchers. Just a couple of examples. And I want to remind you that JBS grilling pork chops today here on opening day for all the Little League levels for Ottumwa Little League. And if you're headed on out, if you haven't been out already, maybe your kid plays in a later game. Maybe your kid's with the Mets or the Royals. That's our final majors game after this AAA game today. Maybe your kid plays one of the younger levels. I know that our news director, Ellis Kojo, we talked about Ellis coming on the air today, but his son, Jacob, plays, I believe, one of the youngest levels of Ottumwa Little League. He has his opening day today. In fact, he might be playing right now. So, you know, we're not prone to take sides with all these teams. We hope all the kids do well, but we especially hope Jacob Kojo does well and hope Ellis is having a good time today. All right, start the top of the second inning. Corbin Morrison, the Riverdog pitcher, leads it off, and the pitch is up and in from Hayden Palmer for ball one. Morrison, a right-handed batter, wears one batting glove on the bottom hand on the bat, bright green bat in his hand, red batting helmet, wearing a sweatshirt under that jersey. It is a little chilly today. That pitch, a strike at the knee, says our umpire. Count is even at a ball and a strike. You can hear the wind in the microphone, perhaps. I know I can. And I can feel the breeze, but we are a little bit sheltered from it. As the next offering is lifted in the air, foul off to the right, not a play. And the count goes to 1-2 on Morrison. Of course, these fields, you come into the Bridgeview parking lot, you go under the Jefferson Street Bridge, and come down here into this little valley. The wind by Palmer and the pitch. Ground ball left side through the hole, and they'll get it back in. playing a four-man outfield at the AAA level. Again, these are the kids that they tried out for the majors. The skill level hasn't quite caught up yet. Some of them are on the younger side. Majors are for 10, 11, 12, and some of these kids at 10 years old, not quite ready for the majors yet, but chance to play at the AAA level and get a chance to work on their game. As the first pitch to Harper Gottschalk is in there for a strike, 0-1. Morrison at first, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Palmer into the wind in the next offering. That's in there for a strike. Runner goes. Throw down to second is, the throw almost in time, but able to avoid the tag was Morrison, so he gets the stolen base. Count is 0-2 to Gottschalk. And the pitch in the dirt. That goes to the backstop. Morrison headed for third, and he will get there without a throw. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gottschalk. Out runner at third and nobody out. I think our base umpire is Jacob Brownlee today. The pitch on the outside corner called strike 3, and that's 1 down. 4th strikeout already for Hayden Palmer. That brings up the first baseman, Sully Person. The right-handed batter, no batting gloves, stands in with a slightly closed stance. Runner at third, 1 down to the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 the count to Person. Where's number 13? That was my number when I had a chance to pick a number when I played. That pitch is at the knees for strike 2. He's got a lot of respect for the kids who put on number 13. It's not an unlucky number for us. Oh, 0-2 the count, 1 out, runner at third. Riverdogs trying to add to a 1-0 lead. The pitch on the inside corner called strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Palmer sets Person down on 3 pitches, 2 out. And the batter should be Carter Bankson. Left-handed batter. White batting gloves with some red and blue on them. Where's the pants pulled up a bit, shows off the gold socks. Righty to lefty, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Morrison, the runner at third, he singled to lead off the inning, stole second, went to third on a wild pitch, but since then, Hayden Palmer struck out the next 2 hitters. The 1-1 on Bankson. The next pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Morrison sneaking down the line a little bit, but now goes back to the bag. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and for the second inning in a row, Hayden Palmer strikes out the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left after 1.5, 1-0 Riverdogs on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
Bottom of the second inning. Ottumwa Little League Baseball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Video streaming online as well, simulcasting today. You can watch the video and hear the broadcast at ottumwaradio.com. Might have also put it on ottumwaradiosports.com. I'm not 100% sure if that happened, but you might also find it there. Bottom of the second inning in the AAA opening game. The Riverdogs leading 1-0. On the mound for the Riverdogs, Corbin Morrison struck out the side in the first inning. In the second inning, he will face Hayden Palmer, Austin Kelly, and Jake Risdom. It's our second of 3 ball games today, as we've been talking about. We'll go back to the majors level for our final game today, the Mets and the Royals, coming up after this game is complete. I want to thank another one of our sponsors helping us bring you this coverage today, Parks Livestock of Iowa, located in Ottumwa. Working with producers and processors, they offer a gate-to-plate solution. Contact Scott at Parks Livestock of Iowa, 641-684-6321. A couple more warm-up pitches here for Morrison. Our umpires are conferring off to the side here. In a second game in a row that I believe a former Ottumwa High football player has been the base umpire. Game 1, as I came in here, about the 5th inning of Game 1, which ended up being the final inning. I believe it was Caleb Weeks on the bases, and again, looks like Jacob Brownlee is our base umpire in this game. I think we're just about ready to go. Hayden Big Country Palmer striding to the plate. Powerfully built right-handed batter. Trying to be the first Lugnut to put the ball in play today. Bottom of the second inning, about to get underway. Morrison to Palmer, pitcher to pitcher. Swing and a miss. Good cut by Palmer, but might have chased one a bit outside, 0-1. From the windup, Morrison kind of hesitated, now brings it home. And a high fly ball to center, pretty well hit, and that will get over the head of the center fielder. Palmer around first on his way to second. Here comes the throw. A bit offline, but the tag is there in time and out. At second is Palmer. And that was actually Morrison, the pitcher, who made the tag. He was backing up the throw on the play. The throw came in from the center fielder, Mason Schmidtke. It went over the head of the second baseman. Pardon me, I've got it backwards here. The center fielder, Ehrenhard, for the Riverdogs. It went over the head of the second baseman, Slater Stevens, but alertly Morrison, backing up the play, caught the throw, had to run about 3 steps. He beat Palmer to the bag and tagged him for out number 1. So officially that goes in the book as an 8-1 putout. And the batter is Austin Kelly, the first baseman. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Kelly, right-handed batter. Bright green bat in his hands, blue batting helmet. Here's the 1-0. Bounced it in there, 2-0. So a little bit of excitement to start this bottom of the second inning. Thought we'd have our first extra base hit of the day, but an alert play by the pitcher, Morrison, to record that out. That pitch way outside, 3-0. Jake Risdom, the second baseman, on deck. Three balls, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on, and that pitch fouled off to the right. Austin Kelly with the green light on 3-0, but he fouls it away. 3-1. Still a slugger's count for the young man. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch missed it high and away, ball 4. So the first free pass of the day issued by either team. And technically the second base runner for the Lugnuts. The first one was Palmer, but he was out trying to stretch a single into a double. So here is Jake Risdom. Right-handed batter, no batting gloves. First pitch on the way. All the way to the backstop on the fly. Catcher can't find it. It's right at the plate. He doesn't know it. Morrison alertly comes in and picks it up. No worry about Kelly going to third. He had slid into second base thinking maybe a throw was coming. I believe that pitch went over the head of T.J. Howard, the catcher, and hit the umpire, and Howard thought it had gone back to the screen. That pitch upstairs, and it is 2-0. The umpire backed out of the way. Howard went running to the backstop trying to find it, and it was just sitting right there where he had been sitting. That pitch bounces all the way to the backstop. Ball 3, and down to third heads Kelly. So So 3 balls, no strikes. Tying run at third, only 1 out now for the Lugnuts. They trail 1-0. Morrison's 3-0. Outside ball 4, got away, but not far enough for the runner to come home. But it is ball 4, and Rysdom checks with the umpire, makes sure it is ball 4, and heads down to first. Back-to-back walks. And that will bring the left fielder Zach Bennett to the plate. Bennett instantly has my respect as he proudly wears his glasses, stepping to the plate, and as someone who has had glasses since the 4th grade, I certainly understand. Runners at the corners and 1 out. And a late swing and a foul off to the right by Bennett, 0-1. It's been a better offensive inning for the Lugnuts here than they had in the first inning when Morrison struck out the side. We've had a single already, although the runner thrown out at second, then 2 walks. Runners at the corners and 1 out. The 0-1 to Bennett. It's called a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. You know the strike zone's going to be a little bit generous at this level. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt, strike 3. Runner coming home. The throw to the plate. And, well, they tried to tag him, not in time. The throw never came to the plate. T.J. Howard tried to get there himself. Morrison was waiting for a throw, but Howard tried to beat Kelly to the plate. Kelly slid in safely, and we're tied at 1. Bennett has gone on strikes for out number 2. Down to second goes Rysdom, and the batter is Mason Schmidtke. Schmidtke, the center fielder, left-handed batter. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. It got away from the catcher, but not too far. No balls and a strike. That pitch up and away, and the count evens at 1-1. Game tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Swing and a foul at the plate, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the left-handed batting center fielder Mason Schmidtke. Morrison winds and delivers. Outside corner called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. But the Lugnuts tied the game. 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1. And after 2 innings, we're all tied at 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Make connections, make a difference. When you join the Ottumwa Family YMCA, you'll find a place to do what you love while finding togetherness. Be a part of the Ottumwa Family YMCA today and discover programs and activities for any age that do more than promote better health. They strengthen the bonds of community. By joining the Y, you join our cause to make the community stronger. For more than a workout, for a better you. Join the Ottumwa Family YMCA.
Moving to the top of the 3rd inning. Ottumwa Little League Baseball opening day on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. That's where you hear just the audio broadcast. You want to see the full video experience, we are streaming live online at ottumwaradio.com. In our AAA game, the Riverdogs won, the Lugnuts won, as the Riverdogs come to bat in the top of the 3rd. And again, a reminder that our coverage today brought to you by Alliant Energy. Hometown Rewards is a partnership between Alliant Energy and the City of Ottumwa. If Ottumwa reduces its energy use by 4%, Alliant Energy will help fund an energy-efficient project for the community. You can get involved and help Ottumwa reach its goal. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/Ottumwa to learn more and find energy savings ideas to get started. Hayden Palmer, the big right-hander, big country they call him, back out on the mound for the top of the 3rd inning. Each team has scored 1 run. The Riverdogs got theirs on 1 hit in the top of the 1st. The Lugnuts got theirs on 1 hit in the bottom of the 2nd. So the Lugnuts only have the 1 hit. The Riverdogs have 2. And through 2 innings, Palmer has struck out 6. He struck out the side in both the 1st and 2nd innings. Corbin Morrison for the Riverdogs has struck out 5 Lugnuts in 2 innings. Again, a windy day, a cool day. We meant to get the game time weather conditions. Let's catch up with that now. The wind does not have as much of an effect on this field because we're partially sheltered from a southern wind by Highway 34, which is up at the top of a steep bank beyond the center and right field fence. 57 degrees. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy. The southeast wind at 19 miles an hour. Again, not quite as much effect on this field because of where it's situated. We're ready to start the top of the third inning. This should be Braden Messmaker, known as Brady, right-handed batter. First pitch from Palmer is a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, one strike to the Riverdog third baseman. Palmer peers over that glove like a bank robber looking over the bandana over his face. Pitches outside, count is even at a ball and a strike. Messmaker chokes up a bit on that bat in that right-handed batter's box. Palmer winds and the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Palmer looking for his 7th strikeout. The 1-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3, and he does indeed get his 7th strikeout. First out here in the top of the third. That'll bring up one of the extra hitters, Andrew Miller. Right-handed batter, chokes up a bit, stands a little farther back in the batter's box. Palmer's first offering, inside and all the way to the backstop, ball 1. One and 0 the count to Andrew Miller. Creeps up a bit in that batter's box, awaiting the 1-0 from Palmer. Here it comes. A little bit high, 2-0. That strikeout a moment ago for Palmer, first time he'd retired the leadoff hitter. He gave up leadoff singles in each of the first 2 innings. Outfield more or less straight away for Miller, and the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 1. Miller trying to shake out a little stiffness there. He resumes his batting stance. Wind by Palmer in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase one maybe a little bit high. Count is even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, top of the third. 1-1 Riverdogs and Lugnuts. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is strikeout number 8 for Hayden Palmer. That'll bring up, I believe, the other extra hitter in the order for the Riverdogs, Ryan Moore. Moore, after getting some instruction from head coach Daniel Burgess, sprints to the plate. He's ready to go. Reddish-orange bat in his hand. First pitch from Palmer. Bounced it in there, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Palmer's next offering to Moore. On the outside corner, that'll even things up at 1-1. Miller cocks that back elbow, getting ready to swing. The 1-1. Way outside and high. Miller checked his swing, and it's 2-1. 2 out, nobody on, top of the third. Riverdogs at the plate. Our AAA game here on Ottumwa Little League opening day. Game tied at 1. Palmer again, the wind, and the 2-1. That's a strike, and we're even at 2-2. Palmer one strike away from striking out the side for the third inning in a row. The 2-2 pitch. There's strike three called, and the inning is over. And the Riverdogs go down in order for the first time. We go to the bottom of the third. Riverdogs 1, Lugnuts 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
We move to the bottom of the third inning. Ottumwa Little League Opening Day Baseball on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. And live streaming video online at ottumwaradio.com. Riverdogs 1 and Lugnuts 1. Jason Van Arkel with you from Haglund Field, just south of the river and just on the other side of the bridge from Bridgeview Center. Corey Finch, our on-site video producer. We've got Olivia producing the radio broadcast back at the KBIZ studios. Corbin Morrison heading out for his third inning of work. The Riverdogs right-hander has allowed just one hit in 2 innings. He struck out 5, has given up a run. That happened in the second inning. The Riverdogs got their run in the first. The Lugnuts look like they'll have Jackson Hucks, Noah Albrecht, and then back to the top of the order, Oliver Bell due up. Our coverage today brought to you by JBS, making your world stronger. And again, JBS is grilling pork chops for everybody here today. For the fans, for the coaches, the players, the umpires, the broadcasters, although I'm not sure we can get out of the booth, Corey. Maybe we can run down later and get a pork chop if we feel like it. But the pork chops are just $2 each, and the pork chop meal was originally $5. They've cut that price to $4 now, so pretty good deal on a grilled pork chop meal today at Ottumwa Little League Opening Day. Our coverage today also brought to you in part by the Ottumwa Family YMCA, building more than just muscle. For more information on membership and programs, contact the Ottumwa Family YMCA. Tell the infield to bring the baseballs back in. We're getting ready to start the bottom of the third. I think Morrison gets one more warm-up pitch. Maybe 2. They do keep track of the pitch count on the scoreboard here. Morrison has thrown 29 pitches in 2 innings. Lugnuts starter Hayden Palmer has thrown 42 in 3 innings, and it's been 14 pitches in each inning. He's been consistent. Okay, here is the right fielder, Jackson Hucks. First pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. They call him Jax, J-A-X. I don't know if he's allowed to play the video game Mortal Kombat yet, but that game has a character named Jax. That pitch is a strike, 0-2 to Hucks. The wind by Morrison in the pitch. Swing and a miss, tried to hold up, could not on a pitch outside. Strike 3 and out number 1. So that'll bring up the extra hitter, Noah Albrecht. First pitch on the way is on the outside corner, strike 1. Morrison just keeps dealing. 0-1 the count to Albrecht, who has patriotic cleats. The Stars and Stripes. Pitches high and away, 1-1 to Albrecht. Red bat in his hand, no batting gloves, black batting helmet for Noah. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the fastball. 1-2. Time called. And I think that's going to be all 35 pitches, and that'll be all for Morrison. So, a stricter pitch limit at this level. And he'll trade places with his shortstop, so Corbin Burgess will take over on the mound. And the coach for the Riverdogs, Daniel Burgess, with a solid handshake for Corbin Morrison, who pitched very well in his 2 1/3 innings. So Burgess will take his place. He'll get a few warm-up tosses. Tell you what, let's take a 30-second break and return with the new pitcher for the Riverdogs. Game tied at 1 1/3 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Parks Livestock of Iowa Ottumwa, working with producers and processors. They offer a gate-to-plate solution. Parks Livestock of Iowa Ottumwa is always buying sows, boars, and light tops. They specialize in feeder pigs, SEW pigs, and offer guaranteed pricing. Trucking of livestock is available upon request. For more information, contact Scott at Parks Livestock of Iowa Ottumwa at 641-684-6321. Parks Livestock of Iowa Ottumwa, with over 40 years of experience and expertise in the swine industry.
Again, the new pitcher for the Riverdogs is Corbin Burgess. He comes in from shortstop. Corbin Morrison goes from pitcher to shortstop. So if you want to think of it this way, there's still a Corbin on the mound and still a Corbin at short. As Burgess continues to take his warm-up tosses. We have 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, our AAA game. Game is tied at 1. Lugnuts don't have anybody on base. They have Noah Albrecht at the plate, and he's facing a count of 1-2. And Albrecht standing over next to his coach as they survey the warm-ups from Burgess. The coaches for the Lugnuts are Doc Ellis, Dustin Finley, Gene Duncan, Tina Ruckgarber, Mickey Hucks, and Buddy Kelly. The Riverdogs have Daniel Burgess, Fletcher Person, Colton Burgess, and Trent Stevens. That pitch rolled to the right side, backhanded by the first baseman. A race to the bag, and sliding in safely under the attempted tag is Albrecht, and he has a 1-out single. So the first pitch from Burgess grounded to the right side. Person, the first baseman, made the backhanded stop, but he had to range a little to his right to do it. It became a foot race. Person, I think knew he wouldn't get to the bag as that pitch sails all the way to the backstop. And down to second on the wild pitch goes Albrecht. But I think Person knew he couldn't get to the base ahead of Albrecht, so he tried to put a tag on him, and then Albrecht slid in feet first. Count is 1-0. And that pitch is outside in the dirt all the way to the backstop. And down to third goes Albrecht. And the batter, by the way, is Devin Peden. Another extra hitter. That pitch to the backstop, runner coming home. The throw not in time. Albrecht scores, and it's 2-1 Lugnuts. So the speed of Noah Albrecht basically produced that run. He beat out an infield hit and then came to second, then third, then home on wild pitches. Peden has a 3-0 count. And this pitch is a strike, couldn't hold up on the swing, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to Devin Peden. His nickname is Flea. That's on the back of his jersey. The 3-1. Chopped foul behind the plate. That ball went straight up in the air by the plate. And everybody was watching it to see if it would land fair or foul, and it ended up about a foot behind the plate foul, 3-2. Three balls, two strikes. That pitch fouled off to the right. And that scatters some people in the Lugnut dugout. Still 3-2. Three and two to Devin Peden. One out, nobody on, a run home for the Lugnuts. They lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Wind kicks up a bit. The pitch lifted in the air, shallow center. That'll drop for a base hit. So Devin Peden has a one-out single, second hit of the inning for the Lugnuts. Waiting to see who stands in here. First pitch is a strike, 0-1, and this is Parker Duncan batting. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Pitch got away, and down to second goes Devin Peden. But the count is 0-2 to Parker Duncan. The wind and the pitch. Inside, that got away. And Peden wasn't sure whether or not to hustle to third, and then he finally got there. 1-2 to Duncan. That pitch, swing and a foul, as Duncan just does stay alive. Still 1-2 to the right-handed batting Parker Duncan. The pitch, swing and a foul. Still 1-2. And Duncan continues to battle against Corbin Burgess on the mound. Lugnuts leading 2-1. They have another runner at third and only one out. Another 1-2 pitch. Rolled up the third baseline, fair ball, fielded. The long throw across is late. Peden held at third. Safe at first is Duncan. Thinking that's a fielder's choice. And it'll be runners at the corners. Let's see who the Lugnuts go to here. Logan Adcock. First pitch is a strike, and it gets away. The throw to the plate not in time. Sliding in safely and scoring is Peden. And it is 3-1. Adcock, a half swing of that pitch, he went around. He has a count of 0-1. He has a very patriotic Stars and Stripes batting helmet. Swing and a miss. Another pitch in the dirt. But this time not far enough away to allow Duncan to advance. Count is 0-2 on Adcock. Burgess leans in, now brings it home. Up high, that one gets to the backstop. Duncan hustling for third, and the throw will not be made. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pardon me, 2 balls and a strike. I thought the first pitch was called a strike, perhaps it was not. So 2-1, and the pitch. There's a strike, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third, 1 down, 2 home for the Lugnuts. They lead 3-1. Here in the bottom of the third inning. The pitch from Burgess. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball got away, but not far enough away for Duncan to think about scoring. Adcock is down on strikes. That's out number 2. First strikeout for Burgess. And we should be back to the top of the order now, and Oliver Bell. Yes, we are. Bell struck out his first time up. Left-handed batter digs in again. First pitch, ground ball out towards second, fielded cleanly. Throw to first is in time. Good play made by Rysdom. And the inning is over, but the Lugnuts get 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We go to the 4th inning. Lugnuts 3, Riverdogs 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
Top of the 4th inning. Ottumwa Little League opening day here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ. Streaming video online right now at ottumwaradio.com. In our AAA game, the Lugnuts now have a 3-1 lead over the Riverdogs. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Lugnuts. Austin Kelly, who had been at first base, comes in to pitch. Hayden Palmer in line for the win. He went 3 innings, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, and struck out 9. Palmer is now playing first base. Lugnuts taking the field, trying to pick out if they've made any other changes, and I believe they have. Looks like Randy Ruckgarber, the Candyman, is now catching. He had been at shortstop. And as we'll look out on the field here and try to pick up who else may be in different spots. Looks like they sent Parker Duncan out to left field. And I do see that Mason Schmidtke, who had been in center field, is now at shortstop. That means, of course, there's a different center fielder. This is common for Little League. Usually you're not locked into one position at this age. The new center fielder is Noah Albrecht. And if there's any other players in different spots, we'll try to pick it up as we go along here. I believe the Riverdogs have the top of their order due up. That'd be Burgess, Ehrenhardt, and Stevens. And that is indeed Corbin Burgess striding to the plate. So we'll see if the Riverdogs can cut into this 3-1 deficit. Riverdogs scored first in this game. A run in the top of the first inning, but the Lugnuts tied it in the bottom of the second and then put 2 across in the bottom of the third. Looks like they'll give Kelly one more warm-up pitch. Now they're wanting someone to cover second for them to throw through. But they just throw it back to the pitcher and we're ready to go. Burgess stands in. He singled and scored in the first inning. At this point, the only hit the Riverdogs have. First pitch from Kelly. Ground ball to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the diamond is, it's dropped off the glove of Palmer, and safe at first is Burgess on what will be an error, unfortunately, on Hayden Palmer. First error of the game. And so 1 out, nobody on for Carter Ehrenhard. Struck out his first time up. First pitch in the dirt. Runner going. It was knocked down by Ruckgarver, but he won't make a throw to second. Is in safely as Burgess. Count is 1-0 to Ehrenhard. A little bit of a crouch at the plate. Blue bat in his hands. Pitch on the outside corner. Strike one. Top of the fourth inning, checking the time here, not quite 5 o'clock, 3 minutes shy of the top of the hour. As this pitch bounced all the way to the backstop, Burgess headed for third, he'll get there safely. 2-1 to Ehrenhard. Riverdogs down 3-1, but their second run of the game just 60 feet away. Kelly delivers, swing and a miss. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A deep breath by Kelly on the mound. The stretch and the pitch. Line back up the middle, base hit. That drives in a run. And it takes a bad hop and rolls all the way back to the fence. Ehrenhard headed around second on his way to third, and he will get there standing up. It's an RBI for Ehrenhard. It is 3-2, and I'm going to rule that a triple. The center fielder, Albrecht, was in position to field that ball, and it took a bad hop over his shoulder and rolled all the way to the center field fence. Now here's Slater Stevens, struck out his first time up. Takes a strike here, 0-1. Tying run now just 60 feet away for the Riverdogs. Ehrenhard the runner at third. Kelly's 0-1. Over the head of the catcher, runner coming home. Could be a play, the throw, the catch, the tag. Safe is the call. As getting the foot in was Ehrenhard under the tag, scores on the wild pitch, and we're tied at 3. That ball, the pitch went over everybody's head to the backstop. The catcher, Ruckgarber, got it back to Kelly covering the plate, but Kelly caught it a little awkwardly, and the throw was a little bit high, as that pitch is outside 2-1. And he could not get the tag down before Ehrenhard got his foot on the plate. The ball beat Ehrenhard, but from my view, he got the foot in, and the umpire agreed. I think that was an excellent call. Game tied at 3. Count is 2-1 on Slater Stevens. Nobody on base now. The pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. You know, so often at all levels of baseball, and you know, this is my first time doing Little League, but you know, we're seeing things that we see everywhere. Baseball's baseball. As the 2-2 pitch is high, 3-2. But so often, if the ball gets to the fielder before the runner is there, the tendency for an umpire is to just assume the out's going to be made. But our home plate umpire here did a good job of observing where the foot was, where the tag was, and he was safe. Here's a liner foul off to the right. And the count stays at 3-2 on Slater Stevens. I would assume the time limit is 90 minutes on these games. I think we'll get through 6 innings first, the way we've been going. There's a drive to left, and over the head of the left fielder. That's Duncan. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Stevens around second. He's on his way to third. The relay throw will not be in time. That's actually thrown away, but it'll be backed up by the catcher, Ruckgarber. And that's a triple for Slater Stevens. Now the go-ahead run just 60 feet away for the Riverdogs, and the batter is T.J. Howard. Time called as Lugnuts coaching staff wants to talk to the catcher, Randy Ruckgarber. They don't want anything getting by here and give them a chance to score the go-ahead run on a wild pitch. Still nobody out in the inning, 2 runs home, game tied at 3. Howard struck out his first time up. First pitch, inside, good snag by Ruckgarber. Got his, got his nickname Candyman on the back of his jersey. 1-0 the count. Next pitch from Kelly. In the dirt, got to the backstop, but no attempt to score this time by Stevens. Count is 2-0 to TJ Howard. Two balls, no strikes. The kick by Kelly and the pitch. Way outside. Got to the backstop. Stevens kind of dances down the line, but he doesn't want to try it. 3-0. Both times those wild, or what would be wild pitches, have ricocheted back towards the plate, and Ruckgarber's made a good play to keep Stevens at third. Now the 3-0 from Kelly. Sails out of his hand all the way to the backstop, ball 4. But again, a good job by the Candyman behind the plate to keep the runner from coming home. It is a walk. Howard down to first. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and here is Corbin Morrison. Singled and stole a base his first time up, was eventually stranded at third in the second inning. First pitch, fly ball to center. That will get down for a base hit. Run is home. The Riverdogs have the lead. Going first to third on the play is TJ Howard. Scoring is Stevens on the RBI single by Morrison. And it's 4-3 Riverdogs. Still nobody out for Harper Gottschalk. Well, just when I said the game was going along at a brisk pace, we get all 6 innings in. The Riverdogs have launched a big rally here. 3 runs home, runners at the corners, still nobody out. A visit to the mound here as the Lugnuts try to settle Austin Kelly in a little bit here. Conversation is a brief one. So Howard's at third, Morrison's at first, Gottschalk at the plate. Called out on strikes his first time up. First pitch of this at-bat. That's a strike, 0-1. The next offering, all the way to the backstop. Morrison had taken second, but staying at third is Stevens. Or pardon me, is Howard. Count even at a ball and a strike. Next pitch gets away, but no advance. 2-1 the count. Or did he swing? Scoreboard now says 1-2. It is 1-2. And time called. We got an untied shoe down at third base. Howard will get that tied. Second and third, nobody out. 3 runs home for the Riverdogs. They lead 4-3. And a 1-2 count to Gottschalk. The pitch called, strike 3. Gottschalk frustrated with himself. And finally a first out recorded by Austin Kelly, and he'll breathe a little sigh of relief and get ready to deal to Sully Person. Person called out on strikes his first time up. Kelly working from the third base side of the rubber, and that pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. We've had an error, some wild pitches that scored a couple wild pitches, then an RBI triple on a bad hop. That was by Ehrenhard, and he scored on a wild pitch. Later, Stevens and tripled to left. He came home on the RBI single by Morrison. Little roller third base side, charging it is Swope Fields, throws on the run, and unable to scoop the throw is Palmer. Safe at first is Person, scoring is Howard, down to third is Morrison. It's 5-3. We'll give Person an infield single and an RBI on that one. Bang, bang play at first. Great effort by Palmer to try to scoop that throw. Now swing and a miss on a high pitch, goes to the backstop. We get a play at the plate. Not in time is the throw. Scoring is Morrison on the wild pitch. And it is 6-3 Riverdogs. Person goes down to second. It's 1-0 to Carter Bankson. Pardon me, 0-1. He swung at the pitch. And the next offering from Kelly. That's high. Kicked off the glove. No advance this time by Person, though. Count evens at a ball and a strike. How this game has turned around. 5 runs home for the Riverdogs. They were down 3-1. They now lead 6-3. Austin Kelly, righty to lefty, brings it home to Bankson. That sails to the backstop. Person hustling for third, and he will get there without a throw. 2 balls and a strike to Bankson. Kelly trying to find the zone again. That pitch in there on the inside corner for a called strike, 2-2. It's one of the better pitches that Kelly has thrown since he's come in the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner on third. Riverdogs up 6-3 and trying to add to it. 5 runs already home in this top of the 4th. The 2-2 pitch. High, 3-2. Good snag by Ruckgarber, the catcher. Brady Messmaker is on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kelly's payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. So the second walk of the inning issued by Kelly. Runners now at the corners with 1 out. And here is Brady Messmaker. He struck out his first time up. Right-handed batter digs in for the second time, and the pitch. Low, ball 1. Runner at first heads to second, and the Lugnuts will not throw through. So Bankson down to second. 1-0 to Messmaker. Kelly's next offering. Bounced it in there. It gets away. And the runners will not advance this time. 2 balls, no strikes. Sully Person's the runner at third. Bankson's now at second. Kelly kicks and delivers. Inside, called the strike on the inside corner, 2-1. 2-1 the count to Messmaker. Kelly comes set, and the next offering. That's a strike. It's away from the catcher, but runners will hold. Count even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runners at second and third. Kelly could use a strikeout here. Austin kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 2 away. And the batter should be Andrew Miller. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 0-1 the count. Austin Kelly's next pitch, swing and a miss, and a pitch inside, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kelly kicks and delivers. And That's down low, gets away a little bit, not too far. Count is 1-2 to Miller. It's been a long inning for the young man, Austin Kelly. 38 pitches shown on the board. He's opened his 39th. He'll get his team back in the dugout. The Riverdogs have taken a 6-3 lead. Miller trying to add to it, 2 runners in scoring position. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the inning is over, but the Lugnuts get 5 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Riverdogs 6, Lugnuts 3 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Make connections, make a difference. When you join the Ottumwa Family YMCA, you'll find a place to do what you love while finding togetherness. Be a part of the Ottumwa Family YMCA today and discover programs and activities for any age that do more than promote better health. They strengthen the bonds of community. By joining the Y, you join our cause to make the community stronger. For more than a workout, for a better you, join the Ottumwa Family YMCA.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Ottumwa Little League Baseball. Opening day for the Little Leaguers here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM KBIZ, and live video streaming at ottumwaradio.com. Had the good fortune to work with and get to know a little bit TJ Heller and Sam Long with the Ottumwa Little League as we worked on setting up this partnership to do this broadcast today, the broadcast of all 3 of these games. Of course, we had hoped to do opening day yesterday when it was scheduled. The weather said otherwise, but we're out here on a cool but not cold Sunday afternoon in late April. And in our AAA game, the Riverdogs have turned things around. They now lead the Lugnuts 6-3 as the Lugnuts come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Corbin Burgess is still on the mound for the Riverdogs. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, came on in relief of Corbin Morrison, who went 2 1/3 innings. Morrison didn't give up any runs. Burgess was charged with a couple of runs in that 3rd inning. And I believe he'll be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Lugnut lineup, Ruckgarber, Swope, and Palmer. Couple more warm-ups here for Burgess. Call comes out from the catcher, ball's in. Not sure if the Riverdogs have made any other defensive adjustments. Lugnuts moved a bunch of guys around last inning. Not sure if the Riverdogs have done anything beyond their pitching change last inning. It's like just about everybody else is where they started. So here comes the Candyman, Randy Ruckgarber, struck out his first time up. Began the game at shortstop, he's now catching. And it's a roller to short, fielded by Morrison. Throw across is high and it gets away. Safe at first is Ruckgarber, he'll stay there. The ball ricocheted back towards first base. That will be the first error of the game charged to the Riverdogs. And the Lugnuts down 3 here in the 4th inning have the leadoff man on. Here is Hollywood Swope, Nick Swope, now playing 3rd base in this game. Pitch in the dirt, gets to the backstop. Ruckgarber heading down to 2nd on the wild pitch out of the hand of Burgess. One ball, no strikes. The sun has hidden itself behind some clouds for the time being. Here's the 1-0. Fouled straight back, and Corey, if we didn't have the backstop here, we might have lost the camera, and Greg and Melissa might have been mad at us. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1. That's lined into left center field. That'll get down and roll. Ruckgarber is going to score easily. Swope headed for 2nd. He will put the brakes on there, and then the ball gets away in the infield. Swope headed for third, backed up by Burgess. But into third is Swope. It is 6-4, and another run only 60 feet away. Nick Swope with an RBI double. And he takes third on the overthrow by the center fielder, E8 in the book. And the batter is Hayden Palmer, who singled his first time up, was thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. Pitches inside for ball one. One ball, no strikes to Palmer. He represents the tying run. The pitch, swing and a miss. Ball got away, runner coming home. The throw, not in time. Swope scores on the wild pitch. And we're back to a one-run game. It is 6-5. Palmer is still the tying run, but now nobody on base. He'd have to find a way to cycle himself all the way around the bases. Big Country looks like a kid who might be able to power it out of here if he gets a hold of one. Here's the 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. And the Riverdogs scored 5 in the top of the fourth to take a 6-3 lead, but the Lugnuts have come right back with 2 in the bottom of this fourth inning to make it 6-5. Now the 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, 3-1. Palmer was hoping that ball would drop down. He was kind of gearing up to take a swing, and then he had to back out of the way. Austin Kelly is on deck, and after Kelly had a tough inning on the mound in the top of the fourth, you know he'd love to have a chance to do some damage at the plate himself. Still nobody out, the 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. So now the tying run at first for the Lugnuts. As we mentioned, Austin Kelly due up. He walked and scored in the second inning, his first time up. Right-handed batter for the Lugnuts, kind of crowds the plate a little bit. First pitch sails all the way to the backstop on the fly. Down to second goes Palmer. Ball 1 to Kelly. 6-5 competitive AAA ball game to open the season. That pitch hit in the air to right down the line. That's going to land and roll towards the fence. Palmer around third. He's on his way home. Kelly kind of stumbles around first, but he'll get into second. He'll make the turn and keep going for 3. And he has himself a stand-up triple. Game is tied at 6. Austin Kelly making up, not making up per se, but you know, he had a tough top of the fourth inning, as we said, and he wanted to do some damage, and he triples to right to drive in a run and tie this game at 6, and now he represents a go-ahead run. Pitch gets away as Jake Rysdom stands in. Pitch is ball 1, but holding at third is Kelly. 1-0 to Jake Rysdom, who walked his first time up. Burgess brings it home, and a ground ball to short. Morrison has it. Runner coming home. The throw goes to first, and it gets away, and not even stopping at first is Rysdom. He's on his way to second. And it is 7-6 in favor of the Lugnuts as they've come all the way back to take the lead. Rysdom will get an RBI anyway because the run would have scored whether or not they retired him. The throw was low. You saw the first baseman person come off the bag to try to get it to no avail. Now runner at second, still nobody out. 7-6 Lugnuts, and here is Zach Bennett. The young man they call Fireball. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1, ball slipped out of the catcher's mitt. Trying to go to third is Rysdom. He'll get there. Got a late start, but he made it. I think that'll be a passed ball. And now the Riverdogs want to discuss. They'll have a talk with their catcher. Conversation is brief, and now Zach Bennett will dig back in. Runner at third, still nobody out. 4 runs home for the Lugnuts. They've retaken the lead 7-6. Pitch is grounded foul off to the right. And the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. I think it's gotten a little chillier here. The wind's picked up a little bit. They'll have to turn on the lights for our final game of the day. The Majors game between the Mets and the Royals will follow here on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. The pitch, a little bit high and outside, 1-2 to Bennett. Make sure we thank you, the fans, for tuning in this afternoon. Our privilege to bring you opening day of Ottumwa Little League Baseball. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball in the dirt. Catcher can't find it, but it's squirted off towards the left-handed batter's box, and in to pick it up is Burgess. That's out number 1 of the inning. Bennett retired, and the batter is Mason Schmidtke. Left-handed hitting center fielder digs in. At least he started the game in center field. He's now at shortstop. And got to retie the shoelace on that left cleat before he can stand in. Do want to remind you that our broadcast is brought to you in part today by JBS, making your world stronger. They're still grilling those pork chops out there, I believe. At least I think I can smell them cooking. So Schmidtke stands in. Burgess on the mound. Runner at third, 1 down. Lugnuts batting and now leading 7-6. The pitch inside all the way to the backstop. Coming home is Rysdom. The throw to the plate, not in time. And it is 8-6. Ball 1 to Schmidtke. Now the bases are empty. One ball, no strikes, righty to lefty. Burgess to Schmidtke. Swing and a miss. Count even at a ball and a strike. Schmidtke no batting gloves as he digs in from the left side. Here's the 1-1. On the outside corner, strike 2. This game started out as a pitcher's duel. Both starters, Corbin Morrison and Hayden Palmer, were very good. But the offenses have come to life the last couple of innings, especially this 4th inning. The 0-2. Inside, and Schmidtke hops out of the way. That'll make it, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was 3-1 Lugnuts after the 3rd. The Riverdogs put 5 on the board in the top of the 4th inning. But the Lugnuts have put 5 on the board here in the bottom of the 4th, and they're still batting with only 1 out, although the bases are empty. The 2-2. Pop foul to the right, and that'll land untouched. We stay at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. This 4th inning has gone on long enough that I don't think we will play 6 now. As the pitch is inside, full count, 3-2. I suppose there's an outside chance if the Lugnuts kept hitting for a while longer, we wouldn't even get to the 5th inning, but I'm pretty sure we'll get to the 5th. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Burgess wins the battle, 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbin Burgess. And the batter is Jackson Hucks. Hucks struck out his first time up. Right-hander to right-hander, the pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Burgess will head back to the mound. Lugnuts put their hitting shoes on here in the bottom of the 4th. They've got a double and a triple in this inning. Swing and a miss by Hucks, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Inning started with a throwing error on the shortstop. Nick Swope had an RBI double. Hayden Palmer walked. Austin Kelly an RBI triple. Jake Rysdom an RBI ground ball. Pitch low and away. 2-1 to Hucks here. Rising reached on an error and got an RBI, and he would eventually score on a wild pitch. Lugnuts leading 8-6, batting with nobody on and one out here in the fourth. That pitch missed up high, 3-1. Burgess back to the rubber. Hucks digs in. Right-hander to right-hander, and we're ready for the 3-1. On the outside corner, and the count goes full, 3-2. I believe Noah Albrecht is next to hit. Burgess on the mound, ready for the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Actually, that is the third out. I had two, but that's the third out. The inning is over. But the Lugnuts get 5 runs. There were 2 hits, 2 errors, and nobody left on base. After 4, Lugnuts 8, Riverdogs 6 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Southern Iowa Open MRI, located in the Ottumwa Medical Clinic. With our wide open design, you'll have more comfort, more room, and less fear during your exam. We accept all insurances. We also have a $375 cash price if you have no insurance. For quickest results, give us a call at Southern Iowa Open MRI at 641-683-1113. That's 683-1113. Also check us out on Facebook. Remember, when your doctor orders your MRI, the choice is yours.
Folks, I was thinking we might get to the 5th inning in this game, but we have hit the time limit, and so that is the end of our AAA game, and in 4 innings, the Lugnuts have knocked off the Riverdogs by a final of 8-6. Ball game officially took 1 hour and 29 minutes. So we'll work on getting the totals here as the Lugnuts start out the season 1-0. The Riverdogs start out 0-1. And for the Lugnuts, 8 runs on 5 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 2 on base. The winning pitcher, Hayden Palmer. For the Riverdogs, 6 runs on 6 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 3 on base. Corbin Burgess would be the losing pitcher in the ball game. So that does it for our AAA game. That does it for our second broadcast of the day. So both on the video, live video stream online and on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ. We're getting ready to send it back to regular programming, which makes more sense for the radio than it does for the video, but we'll just have the video back on for the 3rd game. We'll be back in about half an hour, or a little less than that, to bring you the 3rd and final game of the day at this field in the 2nd Majors game of the day. It'll be the Mets and the Royals beginning their seasons, and we will have it for you again here on 1240 AM, 102.7 FM, KBIZ, and live video streaming at AttumwaRadio.com. So for Corey here with me at Hagelin Field, and for Olivia back at the radio station, I'm Jason Van Arkel signing off for now. Back to regular programming, but we're back on the air just before 6 o'clock for the Mets and the Royals. You've been listening to Ottumwa Little League Baseball Opening Day on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.